Are you ready for the heavyweight championship of the world? Are you ready?
And we're back. My name is Bill, coming out the white corner, and I'm ready to fight.
My name is Barry, coming out of the black corner, and I'm ready to fight.
All right, I want a good, clean fight. Let's get it on.
Welcome to End in This Corner, where we settle the score once and for all on who's the best. That includes best music, best shows, best movies, best anything, basically. And this week, what are we talking about, Bill?
We got some versus rumblings that's going on out there in the social media world. We got something dealing with Dr. Dre. He sent out a message on Instagram, and he asked if Eminem Verzuz, kind of left it a little blank there. So that was one. And then got Nicki Minaj. She had an interview with a radio station, and Verzuz came up. So we're gonna talk about these two things.
Yeah, they both issue challenges, I would say. And whenever they do that, it gives us an opportunity to kind of create a fantasy matchup, if you will. So we're about to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
First up, I guess we'll talk about Nicki. If you want to go more in detail with that on why her name is mixed up with Verzuz, just for the folks that didn't hear, I know it happened earlier this week.
Yeah. So it was an interview with 97.9 The Box. And obviously they asked her about doing the verses because, hey, why not? But she responded, there might be a female or two. They were talking to me about it. Look, if it's going to be fun, then you never know. It should feel like a celebration. That's exactly what I would like it to feel like. Sometimes when the verse gets kicked around and mentioned and so forth, whether they want to do it or not, in my opinion, sometimes they play with the idea, and it gets the buzz, gets their name buzzed around and kicked around and talked about a little more. Is she due for Verzuz right now? Has she put in enough time? She would probably be the as I would call the youngest artist to do a Verzuz. If I think about all the Verzuz that have gone on, especially the ones since quarantine, she would definitely be the youngest artist to do a Verzuz.
Yeah, that is. I think 2007 is when we credit her breakout mixtape, I guess. So I'm trying to think, is there any...
No, I mean, you got Alicia Keys and John Legend.
Nah, but they was out before that. They was early 2000s. Did Dream go?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dream is before that. So she would break the record for the youngest Verzuz. So if she did it, so let's pretend she agrees to throw her name in the hat. I don't think they would turn her down. Who would you say that she matches up well with?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It would be, her name has been linked to Cardi B because of physicality and physical issue that happened between the two. I don't know if they would be able to make that happen.
It's a storyline, yeah. It's a storyline between those two.
But I think the two people who she's been linked to would be obviously Cardi B, and the other would be Lil' Kim.
Do any of those make sense to you?
Cardi B, yes. Yes, they both would. I would rather see Lil' Kim against Foxy Brown because, same with the Nicki Minaj and the Cardi B, their names have been linked together. There have been street issues going on, or, outside of the rap world. They actually had real life situations going on, people going to jail, not with the Nicki and Cardi, but, on the Foxy and Lil' Kim side. So I personally would like it to be those two matchups between those two people. But if I had to, if we can get Nicki and Little Kim, hey, let it happen. Let it rock.
So here's the thing. I've actually heard Lil Kim being matched up more with Nicki. And that may just be the outlets that I'm listening to, a little bit more of for an older audience. But to me, that doesn't make sense, mainly because they're different eras, different audiences because of the age gaps. So far, if one thing I like about Versus is if you like one of the artists, you almost automatically like the other side because they tend to match up eras, if anything. The genre doesn't always make sense, but definitely the time frame typically does. So this wouldn't make sense. Lil Kim, I feel like her wave was way before Nicki Minaj's, and it wouldn't be fair. I don't think for both of them. I just like she said she wants a celebration vibe, and I think for this one you're gonna have a polarizing crowd. Like either individuals are rocking with the oldies or individuals are rocking with Nicki Minaj, the more current artist. The Cardi B, it lines up, but I don't as young as we say Nicki Minaj is, she has put out a lot of music to where I do think she could do a verses, but I don't know if Cardi B has been out long enough to justify 20 round verses. So here's the other thing. I'm not sure if Nicki Minaj does a verses that she needs to go up against a female. Just because when I look up, I match her up against everyone. She came at that time where I don't know if there was a lot of representation from female rappers. So she doesn't really match up well with errors because she would go up against these new school artists, but they don't have enough of a catalog to justify like 20 hit singles. So it's like, I don't know. Like I'm matching her up against people who came out around the same time as her. The ASAP Rockies, Meek Mills, because there's a storyline there, they wouldn't do it. Big Sean maybe. But yeah, when I match her up, it's like she matches up well, hit for hit with some of the male artists. But that's just me.
I don't know. I would probably, like I said, storylines. You had Lil Kim, the whole copying my style, not giving me my respect. And then again, with the Cardi B, they're just right now the two top female rap. Well, now you got Lotto out and some other ones. But
would Cardi B do a verses right now? Do because I know
would she?
Yes, she hot, but I don't know if she's had 20 singles though. Like
she doesn't have to have 20 singles. She has 20 songs.
I know she has 20 songs, but that's gonna be tough. Like you just can't, not that you just came out, but it's like Bodak, what is it? What was it? Bodak Yellow?
Bodak Yellow.
Well, how much years ago was that?
Probably within the last 4 or 5 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, and then she got a hit song every year, but then it's like, I don't know if that's fair to her, but that's just me. I don't know.
But that's the thing. She would do it though. I feel she would do it more than Nicki would, in my opinion. Because Cardi seems to.
Because I think Lil Kim would do it too, even though I don't think that's
Lil Kim would do it.
Yeah,
Lil Kim would do it.
I would like to see Lil Kim up against Foxy, like you said.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of these are, I mean, depending upon who it is, but a lot of them are who's been linked together, like the Brandy and Monica, Jeezy and Gucci. So you had the different artists who have been linked together. So even when you look at a John Legend and Alicia Keys, they both have that, coming up under whoever piano. They both are, proficient playing the piano, singing. So I could see the link.
And that's also another example of a female versus male. I think some of the male, there'll be some male rappers that will go up against Nicki as well. So I think she got that Busta Rhymes vibe where I just don't think she matches up well with anyone, Nicki Minaj. So once again, I don't think she'll do this, but the fact that it was in the conversation, some of this is wishful thinking, but yeah, even if she did do it, I don't know who you match her up against.
It'll be Lil Kim or it'll be Cardi B. I don't see it. There's no other female rapper today that's out outside the Cardis who they would match her up with. And again, you have more of a storyline with her and Nicki, her and Lakim compared to any of the other female rappers. You know, she's not linked to Missy, she's not linked to Brad. So it would be Lil' Kim, or in my opinion, it'd be Cardi. Those are the two names.
That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
So next up, here's another difficult matchup, actually. So Eminem versus question mark. Give us the backstory on that.
Dr. Dre sent out a cryptic message. Well, I guess it's not even cryptic. I guess it's Eminem versus who, you know, question mark whoever. So, you know, it's coming from the camp, came from the Dr. Dre. Eminem's name has been mentioned as far as verses and so forth. So who would he go up against?
Era-wise, once again, matching up eras. So Eminem introduced, I was in middle school, so I'm thinking that's late 90s, like 99, 98, maybe 99. And then flourished in the 2000s, still putting out music today, still relevant. Who else has that type of pedigree? And not that I think these are perfect matchups. These are just individuals that, okay, if you want to put out a backpack rapper song, I could do that. If you want to put out a Billboard top 40 song, I could do that. You know, hits. And I think Wayne could do that. I think I think 50 Cent could do that because 50 Cent comes from that whole that under the Dr. Dre umbrella, so it would be all love. And if 50 Cent ever did a versus, it would have to be up against a friendly peer, and I think Eminem's that. And then another person, just because he was looking for matchups, I think you could fit Busta Rhymes in there. And I know when you look at RPM rappers who rap fast, I know back in the 90s and 2000s they were known for that. So although I don't think it's a perfect matchup, I'm like, okay, that would kind of be the matchup that Busta's looking for. So those would be my top three: Wayne, 50 Cent, or Busta Rhymes for Eminem.
For Eminem, yeah, I could see Lil Wayne. I could see Busta Rhymes. 50 Cent, I don't think 50 will do it. I could see 50 Cent, but I don't think he'll do it just because it'll be too friendly.
Yeah.
Who else has, you know, who's been rapping long enough, who has monumental albums? Because you have to look at, you're talking about Eminem as the, if I'm not mistaken, he's either the number one and number two all time most selling rapper of all time. At one point it was Tupac, Eminem. So it's either him or Tupac who's the all time selling as rapper. I mean, on a versus platform, Eminem would definitely have to play his, in my opinion, a lot of songs that he's featured on. Not necessarily his songs.
Yeah.
Because I understand overall the magnitude of My Name. Hey, you know the song My Name Is Slim Shady. Huge song, big song, charted, everything you want to say. On a versus platform, in my opinion, and it's just me, I'm speaking only for myself. I think if I had to say like a Lil Wayne, I'd rather hear Lil Wayne, and I think Lil Wayne's music is better suited for verses than an Eminem.
Yeah.
If you're saying my own music, even if you're talking about his features, Lil Wayne's features are just dumb. Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne is a unicorn on that versus platform because he can do a 20 of my own songs. I could do a 20 song verses of just me being featured, you know, and I just don't, I understand the whole Stands, that song, and a lot of the songs that Eminem has that are just they're big. We just look at the numbers and the magnitude. But when you're talking about on that versus stage, who is watching versus? He personally, again, and this is just me, guys, in my opinion, I can see him being outshined by a lot of rappers.
Yeah, and I think that'll happen, but also I do think because I with the Hi My Name Is, it's bubblegum a little bit. Even though he was talking about annihilating boy bands on some of these songs, you know, like and it feels weird, but when the audience comes out in droves, it's like a time traveling trip to where I felt the same way prior to Bow Wow going on. Like, okay, some of these songs not gonna really mesh well because they so bubblegum, but you almost are stuck in a time continuum to where you don't think about that. You just listen to the music and it just reminds you of where you were when you heard the song. So I don't mind too much. I do think with the matchup with Wayne, in my opinion, he'll get washed only because I have more of an ear for Wayne's music. But I do think there's going to be enough. He's going to have a strong enough fan base to where when he plays some of the bubblegum stuff, people still going to rock with it. It's the same thing with, I think that goes for any one of these groups. Like if Lil Wayne plays, never mind, a lot of Lil Wayne's bubblegum stuff, they still played in the club. So it's like, you could play Lollipop and you'll be right at home. So I get what you're saying.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
I get what you're saying.
When you're talking about an Eminem, like, and this is just me. Again, this is me, guys. I'm not speaking for no one else. I don't hear Eminem in the clubs. I don't hear Eminem in lounges. I don't hear Eminem when I'm riding around in my own car or the people who I'm around. I don't hear Eminem's played in their cars. Yeah, I just don't hear it. His music. Now, if he's featured on certain songs, depending on the song, yes, we would listen to it because he didn't control the beat, you know, the production. So I can hear him on certain songs. So where I'm like, oh boy, like the Touch It remix. He's on it. Well, it's Busta's song. So, you know, the song is already what it was, but you put an Eminem verse on there. Okay, now, boy, he killed it. We're not saying he's not a great rapper. He's one of the greatest rappers to ever grace, you know, to touch a mic. But his music, a lot when he's talking about killing or whatever he's talking about to his mom, and man, we don't get down. We don't rock with that. And to be honest, we don't rock with that. Yeah, so I'm not listening to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Versus is transformed into like a concert in your home, and I don't know if those are. It's not concert music. Yeah, I totally get what you said. Yeah. Now to be real with you, now what do I think is most likely to happen? I'm giving Nicki Minaj a higher percentage of touching the Versus stage than Eminem, even though Dre put that out. I feel like it's highly unlikely that Eminem would do a Versus battle. Yeah,
I think it would. I think it would.
You think it will happen?
I think it would.
All right. I think Nicki.
You know what? I think he would.
The same way you feel about Eminem is how I feel about Nicki. I actually think Nicki would actually do this. Like I really think.
I guess because when I look at diva, you know, Nicki is diva, so I don't know if she would do it.
Look at the stuff she do though. Like she hosts the what Love and Hip Hop reunions and stuff like that. She did the Pink Radio. I think she likes that. I think she likes that extracurricular activity.
Is it her radio?
Yeah,
it's hers. She's controlling a lot of the stuff. Right.
What about Love and Hip Hop?
Think about
she's just a fan.
That's an interview. About Love and Hip Hop. That's an interview.
No, but
she's interviewing.
Yeah, but she got on that because she's such a fan of the show. Like, so it's like, oh, I want to do it. She done volunteered to do that.
Yeah,
I
but
think she's a fan of Versus.
She could be a fan of Versus, but what I'm saying is, if she goes up and say she gets washed, she doesn't want that to happen.
I think she's confident in her catalog.
I'm not sure she would. She is. I'm sure she is, but. Yeah. I'm just saying it's certain people who I just feel like because of like a Mariah Carey. I just feel like Nicki's more on the diva side of it. That you know how I'll put my foot in the water, but I'm not going all the way in.
That sound like Eminem, the Hollywood, what do you call them, a recluse? The people that just never come out.
Oh, but think about like I never known Eminem to be a diva type person.
No, I'm saying he's just a hermit, as in I'm probably using that wrong, but he don't like to do interviews. He don't really like to be out there in the public eye. I don't see him touching the versus stage. I just think this was Dr. Dre's way of hyping up Super Bowl. Like, okay, get ready for this halftime show, and then after that, you're not gonna see Eminem for 3 more years. They're doing the halftime. They hyping up.
Yeah, I know. I think Dr. Dre is so, I don't think Dr. Dre has to hype that up.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Drake.
He just released music 3 days after he made that post, so it could have been that. It could have been that. So
it could have been that. It gives us something. It gives us content to talk about.
And if they step foot on the stage, I'm watching it. Even though some of this may not make sense to me, I'm watching it for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I would definitely watch it. It's gonna be a heavily viewed. If you bring out Nicki, you bring out Eminem, it's going to be a heavily watched versus.
Yeah.
Period.
Both of them got a heavy fan base. It's gonna be a funny comment section as well. So
absolutely.
For
no doubt.
For Nicki, we said switch the order up, but basically Lil Kim, Cardi B was a consensus. I mentioned a couple other names. For Eminem, Wayne, Busta, 50 Cent, maybe a couple other
I
names.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, I saw this pop up a couple of Instagram spaces. I'm not sure if it's true, but supposedly T.I. accepted the challenge
for Eminem.
Yeah,
all right, I could see that happening. I mean, it's not the best matchup, but for me, I feel like he has hits. If you only playing 20, he got some big songs, big music. Yeah.
So, he'll have that. And that's where you see the total different, although they're both rappers, that's where you're going to see the different. You will definitely see a difference between the two, because My Name Is going up against Rubber Band Man.
Yeah.
Stan going up against Bring 'Em Out.
Yeah. But it is Blurred Lines going up against Stan. Who knows what the matchup is? He got those kind of songs too, like them pop. This is pop,
But what I'm saying is the Stand. Yeah. For me, it's not going to be.
I'm the same way.
24s for me.
Yeah. The way I pick, I'll have my personal preference, but I also say, this is a big song. I don't know if you're beating the song. I would have to see.
Whoa, back up.
Yeah.
Are you saying the bigger song always wins?
No, I'm saying certain songs. Yeah, all I'm saying is certain songs, like, how I felt about them Bobby records. I'm like, hey, it's a big song on the other side as well. This has to be a draw. I feel like Stan and 24s would possibly be a draw. Yes, I have my personal preference. I know what you're saying. I prefer to.
Dude, the reason why I asked that is because when we talked about the 3-6 Mafia and the Bone, when Juicy J played that one song he had with what's the girl?
Don't even tell me what we voted. Just tell me the songs and I'll tell you.
I can't think of. Sorry, I can't think about the song. What's the name of that song?
Oh, she played a song.
Huh?
No, you talking about her song?
I said Juicy J.
He
played a song against 3-6 against Bone
Thugs.
And the song that he played was just, it's so like, it was crazy. Was it Katy Perry?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And remember I said, whoa, no, that song won. I remember it's on that Versus platform. We know that's not, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm saying. So Stan is a bigger song.
I don't feel like Stan is that crossed over like Katy Perry. We're talking about Eminem, but Stan was on BET at least. I feel like I know what you're saying, but it's a Katy. Like you can't bring a Katy Perry song to a versus and be like,
hey, why not?
And then I also conceded on that one for you, I believe. Like I said, you're making sense. It's a huge record. It's just yeah. So I think
I don't know. I'm just again, that's just for me though. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not. For me, I don't know.
And
They're just so far apart. Like those two artists. I think. Busta may probably be the closest. You know. Because remember now it's also about performance.
Yeah.
So when Eminem goes into that rapid. Okay, y'all, Eminem, you know I can do that. So
yeah,
we just gonna probably punch on each other all night. So Busta Dead, we already know he can do it.
So these are names that we pick. Like Bill keeps saying, this is for me, this is for me. What about if we already heard my opinion, Bill? We've heard yours tonight. What about if someone else has something to say?
Hey man, y'all know what to do. Go down to the comment section that we renamed My 2 Cents and leave your 2 cents. Who can Eminem go up against? Does it make sense? Who can Nicki go up against? Does it make sense? Do you agree with what we said? Do you not agree with what we stated tonight? Hey, leave your 2 cents. Y'all gonna kill us in this comment section anyway. So we already know what's gonna happen. But go ahead and leave it, man. We have fun with it.
Watch they make it a Detroit thing, and it's gonna be Roystified 9 versus Eminem. It's gonna be something that nobody expected or something. But
man, y'all just leave us alone, man. Just leave your 2 cents, and man, just we'll be all right with it. But let's go, man. Let's go. Leave your 2 cents.
And when they're done sharing their 2 cents, what's another way they can show support, Bill?
Show some support by liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell so that when we drop new videos, you are instantly notified.
Cool. And then, hey, we look forward to hearing from you guys, and hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed that at least one of these verses happen. If not, outside of that, that's all I got to say. Peace.
February 15th, Musique Soul Child versus Anthony Hamilton. Peace out.
In the comments.
See you.